Welcome, my friend. I want to share a story with you today that might just help you along your journey. Because for many years, I spent my life trying to force things to happen, trying to grind my way and work my way into the life that I was dreaming about. And paradoxically, everything changed the moment I finally relaxed, the moment I finally let go and took a deep breath in and exhaled and just released the grip that I had over how I thought my life had to be. You see, we are carrying these beautiful bodies that come with a lot of memory through our ancestors and through everything they've had to live. And many of us unknowingly are living in some kind of survival mode where we are always slightly on edge, always slightly paranoid, looking around, making sure something isn't going to eat us or going to take advantage of us. And while this is great for survival, it also limits your capacity to receive because the universe is energetic and magnetic and it responds to who you are. The vibration that you carry the most consistently becomes your identity. And it is your identity that interfaces with life, which then gives to you who you are. Everything you see around you is a reflection of the state of being that you are currently holding. So, my state of being at a time was very anxious, very stressed because I wanted something that I didn't have. That was my story. I want this life. I want to be free. I want to be in nature, right? But I wasn't quite there in the 3D. And there was always this slight edge, this slight tension in my being, and I could feel it. And I remember being very frustrated because I wanted this thing and I knew it was possible and I knew this life was there for me, but it wasn't happening. And as usually happens, we hit a certain breaking point. You go far enough, you suffer long enough to where something just cracks, something opened in me. And I finally felt this deep cosmic relaxation coming out of me, kind of blooming in me. And I started to relax. Some voice in me, my higher self, was saying, it's okay, relax. This is all right. And I could feel in that moment my nervous system breathing a little more deeply. I felt my breath going down into my belly. I was just breathing up here in my chest and I started to breathe down into my belly. And I could feel an instant shift in my energy, my vibration, which translated to my mood. And pretty quickly, I started to see people around me shift and relate to me in a different way. And then that rippled out into opportunities, into invitations, into the path slowly opening up. And it wasn't because I was forcing it, it was because I was allowing it. So the shift here that I want to share with you is to go from forcing and trying to make things happen, which is what we've been taught and conditioned to do, into allowing, into taking a step back and simply listening intuitively for what life already has planned for you. The moment I humbled myself and I moved from this intellectual understanding to really living this realization that life is so much bigger than I am, and life takes care of life. So, in a way, I woke up to the realization that I was in this river and I was actually trying to swim against it. So, something in me woke up And I realized, oh, this is a river and there's a current. And something just let go, and I started to flow with the current. And my friend, that current is life. It is the life force that is everywhere around us and in us and through us. So much of our problems and the disease that comes in this modern life is because we're resisting life itself. It's such a simple and yet profound realization that many of us are fighting against life. We're trying to make things happen in a way that's very egotistical, and it isn't aligned with life, with God, with what the divine has for you. So the moment I was able to step back and kind of allow the current to take me, things started to happen. Things started to change very rapidly. And what I realized was I was finally receiving what was meant for me, not what I thought I wanted based on my mind and my thoughts and my ego. So I finally received what was there for me, the blessings that were unique to my life, to my karma, to my dharma. And that transformed everything because I was no longer gripping, I was no longer clinging to this idea of how I thought things should be. The moment we relax, the moment we let go, this isn't about being passive or about being lazy. This is actually about being aligned. It's about finally reaching a level of coherence within yourself, within your energy, so that you can be guided and supported by God, by life itself. So, relaxing is not detrimental to your life. The moment you relax, you finally tell your nervous system that it's okay, that we are all right. There's nothing to run from, there's nothing to hide from, there's nothing we need to be reacting to. And it's a very subtle shift, but in that moment, you sink deeper into life itself. And from there, you are literally vibrating at a different frequency, a frequency of allowing, of receiving, of reciprocity. Because the moment you receive, you're going to want to give. The moment you take a deep breath in, you want to let it go, right? If you keep that breath and you want to make it your own, that might just kill you, right? So we have to come back into the ebb and flow of life. Give and take, give and take, comes and goes. Reminding ourselves that it's okay. It's okay. And life gets to be enjoyable. The abundance that we all want is everywhere. The problem is we've labeled it a certain way. We want it to be a certain way. But the moment you relax and you open up again to the abundance that is all around you, the abundance of your breath, the abundance of life that you have, and the moment you start to be thankful for these tiny things, that compounds, that eventually becomes a new life. It eventually becomes money coming into your account. It becomes love. It becomes community. It becomes support in ways you never expected, you never imagined. Because when we try to control life, we're actually coming from a very small, finite understanding. It's the ego. And the ego is always trying to control. So when I finally let that go, something in me just bloomed, right? And that small ego dissolved into the ocean, right? It was a drop that boop, came back into the ocean. And in that moment, you literally become supported by life itself. And everything starts to open up because you plug back into the source. Think about this. It's so it's so perfect. It's so magical. and so scientific. It's so direct. You just have to get out of the way. You have to relax. So relax, my friend. Life is happening whether you want it or not. And it's your choice to either jump in the river and be carried by this current of life, which wants to support you. It wants your best because it is you, or whether you resist it and you fight your way through, defending your ego, defending what you think is yours. Relax, open up. It's okay to receive, it's okay to feel, and watch the blessings flood into your being. They will flood into you and come out of you because you are once again tapped in to the infinite flow of life itself. This is cosmic awareness we're talking about, my friends. This is Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness. It's remembering that you are never separate. That was all an illusion. And it takes relaxation for you to tell your body that it's all right, that we're safe. And more than that, we are divine, we are guided, we are supported by life itself. And in that moment, everything switched for me. And now I wake up constantly surprised and so grateful that everything has changed. And now I'm living a life that's much more aligned to my heart, to my soul, because I finally let go of what I thought my ego wanted. So relax, my friend. It's all coming to you. It's all about to change the moment you do. As within, so without. Relax, breathe deeply, hold on to your vision, your dreams. Live from them and watch it all change around you, my friends. Have a wonderful day.